Hello everybody, and thank you for joining me today on Krista So Crafty. My name is Krista, and today we're going to be discussing the My Projects area of Design Space. So when you open up Design Space and you go into a new window, up on the top right you'll see it says My Projects. If you click on that, any project that you have created, that you've saved, will be in this area. So as you can see, I have lots of different ones that I've made or played around with over the years. If we look at this very first one, I can click on the three dots at the top here, and this will bring up some areas where you can go in and make some changes or whatnot to this specific project. So in here you can click on Edit Project Details. This is where you can go in and add specifics to your specific project. You can add different photos, you can change the name of it, etc. Okay, so that's that. So I'm just going to click Cancel here and click on the X and go back out. Another option under the three dots is to edit the collections. So what collections are, and I'll go into this in a few more minutes, but it's different things that you have set up to keep your projects organized. Okay, so think of it like file folders. The other thing that's in here is to save for offline. Now, I like to have my items saved for offline, toggled to offline, because if I want to go and work on this project and for whatever reason, I don't know, the internet is down or something, because I'm using a desktop version of Cricut Design Space, I can then go in and still work on my project, and then the next time when the internet's back up and running, I can then go ahead and cut it or print it or whatever that project may be. So I like to have Save for Offline chosen. And then of course you can go in and delete your project if you're not ever going to use it again, or if it's not the way you like it or whatever, you can go in and totally delete that project. When you're done with this screen, all you do is click on the X and it takes you back out to the original project's screen. So now in here, you'll see that there's an arrow. This button says share. If you click on that, it's going to open up another screen. So a few ways you can share it. The first way is you can share it in Design Space. Maybe you've created something that you just think is really nice and you would like everyone to be able to use that. If you click and toggle this button so that it's green, you will make it public in Design Space. What that means is, like exactly what it says, if turned on, this project will be visible on your profile and may be featured by Cricut. And so you have to agree to the terms of use and the privacy policy. So that's what that is. The other way to share it is over here. You can copy the link, you can share it directly to Facebook or to Pinterest. And by sharing the link or to social media or with someone in specific, though only those people that have this link can view this project. Okay, so it's not going to be shared for the general public, for example. Okay, so I could click on this and it copies it to the clipboard, and now I could go and I could send that to, let's say, my sister who also has a Cricut, and I want her to use this as well. So I would send this to her, and then she would be able to open this up in her Design Space, and we could, then she can therefore go ahead and make these cards. Okay, so that's just some of the features of that. So click on the X to close that. And then of course you can like it. Now if you're out in projects rather than just My Projects, you can like certain ones, and when you do that, then you can save it. Okay, there's also this button up at the top here. It says Organize. So if I click on that button, it allows me to now go through and I can organize into different collections. Okay, so I could click on this one and this one. Actually, here, let's go. That's a card. That's not a card. That's a card. I could go through and select the cards, for example, and then I can go to the bottom right and click Next. It says, well, now what do you want to do? Well, I don't have a collection called cards, but I could create a new collection. If I click on New Collection, a spot comes up where I can now come in and I can write cards. I'm not going to, you could go into birthday and Halloween and Christmas and separate them all out that way. And maybe one day I will do that. But for right now, I'm just going to choose Type Cards and click Create. So now you'll notice that the selected has cards chosen up here. And when I click done, all of those are now going to be in a card section. So being as we're talking about the collections, if you look over on the left hand side, I have now 5 different sections, or like I said, kind of like dividers for the different projects I have. In each one of these there are, you know, this is all baby stuff, this is all the cards, and this is the one that we just made, right? So you can create a new one from here, click on new and then type in whatever you want, or like I said, when you're, you know, go under organize and you can choose the ones from your projects, and it will allow you to choose the separate ones and put them into a different folder. So I hope that that has helped you. Though the other thing I wanted to show you, so this one here, you see that there's a green A in the top left hand corner. That's because there's some element in my card, even though I made this card, there's some element in this card, which I believe it's a ghost, belong to Cricut. So if you're not a member of Cricut Design Space and pay the monthly or the yearly fee, then you will be charged for these items. So just be careful of that when you're, you know, moving stuff in and out and when you're using stuff, okay? Make sure that you're not going to be charged for these items, okay? And yeah, I think that's it. So I hope that this has been helpful to you, a little glimpse into your projects and how you can use my projects and organize your items so that it makes it easier for you to find and to, you know, myself, I like to have everything organized so that if I want to make a card, I can click on cards. If it's one that I know that I've already created and I enjoyed making it, I may want to make it again. So this way I can click on it, click under my projects. I can go over here to the left and click on cards and then choose my card from here and then continue on. So I really hope that that's helpful, and I look forward to showing you something else in Cricut the next time. Happy crafting!